I just would like to take this moment to laugh at Manchester City Football Club and Bernardo Silva.
Mm.
What they did leading up to this game, calling it, they're going for the Hail Mary. We can believe, we can do this thing. 3-0. We're down, but you know what? We can get it done. And Erling Haaland comes into the game. He's all smiles. And Mike is like, "Why are you all smiles?" He's got a good feeling about tonight. That we're gonna do it. Just got a good feeling. It was over in 20 minutes. Bernardo Silva gets a red card. Why? Because he's a dummy. Bernardo Silva, I hate him, by the way. He's the biggest crybaby in all of sports, man. I shouldn't say all of sports. He's the biggest crybaby in football. Like, this guy, the moment that Man City's
I was going to
losing.
say, you're going to say someone more than Tarek Skubal? It was going to
Yeah,
surprise
Scooble's up
me.
there,
But
too.
anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot. We'll talk about him later. Yeah. No, Bernardo Silva's the biggest crybaby when it comes to football. I think Heung-min Son's up there, too. He's also a bitch. But, no, I just loved what I saw out of Man City yesterday. They just looked like complete and utter crap. And they get a red card because Bernardo Silva blocks a clear goal opportunity with his arm. He gets sent off, and we had to go to VAR for this thing. Dude, he clearly blocked it. Why would you even give him a yellow? I mean, I get it. You're trying to keep the game interesting and trying to get the fans what they want. But, dude, come on, man. You didn't even have to go to VAR for that, whoever that official was. And then Vinny Jr. puts it home. I mean, he could have scored a hat trick yesterday without VAR. That's how good he was. And just Man City, dude. I got another point, but I'll bring it up after this whole fact about Manchester City. But, no, dude, I love when people that I love what happened yesterday with Chelsea, that they're finally getting punished for all the shady stuff that they've been doing over the decades. Can't wait for that to happen to Man City, but I'm starting to like to see Man City's fall from grace in terms of everything. Another early exit in the Champions League. It's beautiful. And then the other side, Bodo, man. Bodo. I said Arsenal would take care of him.
R.I.P., man.
I said Arsenal would take care of him. Well, Sporting took care of him. How do you go up 3-0? How do you go up 3-0 in one leg and you come home where your stadium is above the Arctic Circle and you lose 5-0? How do you do that? Now, instead of us ruining the feel-good, happy parade regarding Bodo, Sporting Lisbon did instead. So shout out Bodo's magical run that was cut short. Arsenal on the other end, 1-1 coming into the game, 2-0. Eberechi has oh my goodness, what a strike yesterday. That was beautiful. But, hey, they didn't have to do much. I mean, they won 2-0. That's all they had to do. As long as you didn't tie or lose, that's all that mattered. You got the job done. Don't really care how it looked. You got the job done. The other one, Chelsea. You just hate to see it, man. Dude, they got absolutely worked by PSG. I think there was a goal scored in the first, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, these Premier League sides have looked horrible in the Champions League so far. Arsenal has not looked particularly well. They don't look super threatening to me, but hey, they still advance to the quarterfinals anyway. Liverpool's down 1-0 right now to Galatasaray. I still think they get through. It's Anfield. I think they're fine. Newcastle's still in it. They got Barcelona, but I think they're losing right now. I believe so. I think they're still losing. Nope, they're actually tied. Shout out Newcastle. You guys aren't out yet. 1-1. Tottenham. Oh, gosh. Tottenham. Oh, boy. I forgot about them. Yeah, that's brutal. They lost, I think, 5-2 last time.
Yeah.
And then how could I forget about Bayern Munich and the whole 16-year? I don't know for the people at home who do not know about this, but there is actually Bayern Munich's trying to create a law to get this game pushed up earlier or something like that, because we talked about the 16-year-old goalkeeper for Bayern Munich might be playing, New York born but plays for Germany. There is technically a law in Germany that does not allow minors to play past, I think, 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Like, minors cannot work past 7 or 8 o'clock, regardless of the field. This also applies to athletes. This is what it does. And so the issue for Bayern is, despite being up 6-1 right now, if the game were to go into extra time or there's a massive stoppage or something, the game could go past that 7 p.m., 8 p.m. mark, whatever it is. So they're trying to get the game pushed up, because if this player, goes past that, they might have to sub the guy off, and they don't even have goalkeepers as it is anyway. They might have to sub him off, or they could get fined from the I don't know, the country, I guess, for violating a
Yeah.
child labor law. I don't know exactly who would be
Mhm.
finding them, but I'm sure the government would be finding them. And if
Yeah.
he does play past this time, he has to take like the next day off fully. Like he can't come back and train with the team because he went past that time and there's a certain like rest period or something like that. But no, it's a sticky situation with Bayern Munich, but
Mhm.
no, that I just love the fact that Man City lost, Chelsea lost, Tottenham's going to be out, Liverpool could be out because I'm not this guy that wants the league that his favorite teams in to do well. I'm not that
Yeah.
type of guy. I've never have and I never will. It's the same thing with the
I
Big
think
Ten conference. I don't root for the conference.
really?
Yeah,
Okay. But like Indiana winning a national title is pretty cool. Like you would prefer that over like Alabama, right?
I could care less. Michigan's not in it. Ohio State's not in it. To be honest
Yeah, but
with
the
you, I
conference
don't like
prestige
Indiana.
is
I
cool
think
though.
their fans are bandwagons. I also don't like Signetti. I think he's full of himself. I also didn't
Yeah,
think
but
their team was that good, to be honest with you. I think it was the
conference
weakest national
prestige
champion I've ever
adds.
seen.
Okay, that's fair, but what? Okay, but conference prestige adds to. Anyways, I don't want to get distracted here. We can talk about that later on.
We
in
can
the
talk
show,
about it
but
in the second hour, but no,
yeah,
I'm
in
never
the
a guy
second
that
hour.
roots for the
Yeah.
league. I just want
That's
the
fair.
league to
That's
do
fair.
well. I want the conference to do
Yeah.
well. Maybe there's like a
Yeah.
good story here and there, sure, but like Indiana, I kind of wanted Miami to win anyway because conference
Yeah.
prestige, it doesn't mean anything to me. I could care less about it because if my team wins, I don't care. Everyone could be like, well,
Yeah.
La Liga and Bundesliga are better than the Premier League. If you want to think that, sure. But if Arsenal wins
Yeah.
the Prem, it's still a top flight league. I'm still like, you're not knocking off, you're not going to like piss me off, be like, well, the Premier League's not better than La Liga or the Bundesliga or League On or all that stuff. I'd be like, I don't care. We're champions of England. I could care less. I do not care about
Mhm.
because because I remember a couple years ago, Michigan, or when they went to the Final Four last, they were the only Big Ten team to get it into the second weekend. I'm like, dude, that's awesome because these were better than everyone in the Big Ten. I don't care about
Yeah.
that. I do not care for Purdue making a run in the tournament or Michigan State making a run in the tournament or Illinois for all that matters. I do not care about the league or the conference. I want my team to win. I do not care about the league or conference and what they do as a whole. All I care about is what my team does. Are there a couple teams where I'm like,
Yeah.
in the league or the conference, I'm like, hey, that'd be kind of cool. Like Northwestern winning
Yeah.
something, I think that'd be kind of cool because
All
they're the
yeah.
exact opposite of what college athletics is all about. But
Right.
like,
Right.
I-
To that
the most
point,
part, I
I
could
think
care
seeing
less.
Nebraska maybe win a few games would be cool, simply because I don't think
No,
they've
no,
ever
no, no, I
won
don't like
a
Nebraska.
tournament
Nope.
game.
Nope.
They've never won a tournament game.
Oh no, I still don't
Uh,
like him. I don't like Fred Hoiberg. I
you
think
still don't like
dude,
him?
I
Okay.
hate their team.
Anyways.
To be honest with you,
I-
Nate. I hate them all.
The biggest thing, and I'll just challenge you on one thing, and again we can get into this more later on. I think the thing about conference prestige that matters to me more than anything else is that it brings up the level of play in the conference, which means you're going to get certain kids to pick to go to the Big Ten over going to the SEC. So we might be able to actually snag some of those more prestigious
I still
recruits.
Don't think that. I still think
I think it
wherever the
matters,
money
especially
goes,
in
follow
football.
the money.
Especially in football. But
Except
anyways,
Yaxel, who-
let's
Turn down $7 million
Oh.
to go make $3 million at Michigan. I don't know how that makes sense.
I think what's happening at Chelsea right now in a lot of ways can be
Is
viewed
awesome.
as just a microcosm of what is
You could say
coming to
awesome.
Manchester. Well, okay, awesome, but it's
Thank you,
also
Nate.
a
Appreciate it.
microcosm of yes, I got you of probably what's coming to Man City at some point. When the thing about, we always say this about winning, it fixes everything. You look at a lot of different organizations that have historically won, and then all of a sudden when they stop winning, everything just falls apart. People get fired, things get found out, whether that be in the locker room, whether that be other conspiracies, things start to come out about players and coaches when they leave or when the dynasty falls, to where they're like, oh, okay, so winning was able to just cover up all this, and it really does. I don't know what it is about a team winning that everybody benefits from it, right? The league benefits from it because you got jersey sales, you have TV deals, you have all these other things that come with being a dynasty. And the team obviously benefits because the more you win, the players get better opportunities. Obviously, the coach has, everybody benefits from W's. But when it starts going the other way, the skeletons kind of come out of the closet. And so when Man City, shit down their leg yesterday for, a lack of better terminology, I suppose, I wonder if that's just kind of the sign of, and I know they're second in the Premier League standing, so it's not like I'm not trying to be an alarmist here when I say this, but when that starts to happen, when this really starts to unravel, and especially with the way it unraveled yesterday, it might be the sign of, Rome it might not have fallen yet, but it's not far off from falling. And so if I'm a Man City fan right now, I'm kind of things are starting to tighten up in the collar area right now, because if they begin to falter and if they can't, rally to win this thing, or at least, give some sort of hope to Man City or their fan base with the way that they play, they fall flat the way that they did yesterday, this could unravel very quickly, and you already have, there's rumors of Bernardo Silva potentially moving on in the offseason. I know Juventus was interested in acquiring him. I saw that one break here today. I don't know if there's any legs to that. Yeah. But it could go south very quickly. In terms of what's that?
No, keep going. I'll say this is not
my
point.
I was just gonna. No. Just a couple of other things. The Bodo Cinderella story was fun. I think it was just a fun story. Yeah, they choked it away big time. So it's sad to see it. It was soaring and then it wasn't. So I think we're right back to fixating on Wrexham a little bit more until Bodo can get back into the picture. And also when it comes to Leonard Prescott, I think it's just an unfortunate situation that he's 16, but I support child labor laws, whether or not you're working in a factory or anywhere else, you can't expect the kids to do that much. But I mean, he is an athlete, so I think it's just kind of a weird coincidence thing, but hey, at least the kid's got the spotlight. Like, that's the only thing you can hope for. But anyways, go ahead, Ryan.
I should retract my statement a little bit in terms of the league and the conference. I do want Newcastle win today because that eliminates Barcelona, and we could play them in the semifinals. I'd rather play Newcastle or Atletico Madrid than Barcelona in the semifinals, but I digress. Back to the Man City point. And I know a couple of people have said it's not an earth-shattering take, but I just wonder that if this has to be Pep Guardiola's last season at Man City, because
there's no way it's not. Yeah, it has to be.
There comes to a point in time where the ideas become stale. There comes a point in time where no one's actually kind of listening to him anymore. It's the same stuff. It's the same routine. Not saying they don't respect him, but there's got to be a level of complacency at some point when you're winning for damn near a decade straight up to this point, and it's kind of the same group of players for the most part. Every year there's probably 3 or 4 players that might not come in or might leave, and you bring in 3, 4 new. I mean, it's Man City. They bring in new players every single week, it feels like, because of how much money they have. But it just feels like at Man City that the players, they might not have the same hunger anymore. They might not have the same desire to win things, because it feels like after that treble-winning season a couple of seasons ago, they've really kind of just lost their edge. And it felt like at that point, if you're Pep, just leave after that, because everything after the treble-winning season, it's been bad for you. Because you think of the season after the treble-winning season. Okay, they did win the league after that. They did win the league on the final day, but they didn't do anything else.
Yeah.
Then last year they were really poor all around. I don't think they won the Carabao Cup. I don't think they won the FA Cup. I can't think that they won all that. But they finished, I think, third in the league. I think. I don't recall. But then this year, I mean, you're in the Carabao Cup final this Sunday. We'll talk about more of that on Friday, because I think who wins that wins the Prem. But then you look at that, and then the FA Cup, I think they're still in. And then the Champions League.
Don't they have a couple of players out? Don't they have a couple of key players out for that too? The Cup?
Carabao Cup? I mean, they have injuries, but I don't think.
Yeah.
But
they had a few key injuries. But
anyways.
anyways.
Still there. I just think that Pep has ran its course up to this point. I think the ideas have become stale. I think that
it feels like a read the writing on the wall type situation for Pep.
I don't want to say that the players aren't listening to him or respect him, because I think that's far from the truth. I just think when you're doing something for so long and and the same routine all the time, and it's the same group of players, there's going to start to be a level of complacency. There's going to be a level of like, dude, we're the best there is anyway. Like, you can say this every single time. Like, come on, man. Like, we get it. We know what we're doing. And then I think that there's just starting to become a little bit of a tear between the players and the manager. Not from a respect or anything, or not from a just a level of like, dude, we
Yeah.
really hate this guy. I think it's just starting to become. I think they're just starting to become
It's
bored.
it's not broken, but it's fractured. Like I think we're starting to see the holes in Man
Yeah,
City, and
I think you're right with
that's
that.
what's alarming. Yeah, that's what's alarming to I'm sure to the fan base, but to anybody who really surrounds themselves with this team or supports this team. Like, we're
Yeah,
starting to see more of those holes show up, which is the sign of a dynasty when it's about to end. It's just certain players, like, they don't cooperate, or certain things don't go the way, there's flaws. And so
I just think it's ran its
um
course.
yeah, it certainly has. But let's take a break here on Inside the Game. We still got a few things to get to. Obviously, the United States men's national team announcing their March camp yesterday. We could chat about that as well as the new jerseys. Again, I am a fan of both sets. Again, I kind of like the away sets more, but they're both pretty cool. I really like the home jerseys too, because they kind of remind me of the '94 design, which I felt like you had to do if you were going to do a